What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. We had a new Madolche card drop yesterday, and it's pretty dang good. I do think it adds an element to the Madolche deck. It takes it to a different level, but does it take it to tier 1.5 even? I don't know about that, but it definitely is pretty darn good, and with just that one card, maybe there's more of these dessert humanoid figures coming. Angeli is sitting here at now $15 on TCG for the Mega Pack version, and the originals almost hitting 20. We'll see how this settles back down over the weeks to come. We did have that initial buyout when the Link monster was announced, Brains Pack, ooh, and that kind of turned out to be a little bit of a flop. But this card, way better for the deck, and to my surprise, Madolche still only has its one variant, and it's not really jumping. I guess we have real good deal here, holding the line with 20 copies. That's a lot of playsets, almost 7 playsets, so I can see why it's having a harder time getting bought out. But Angeli, only 2 total prices here, 3 total prices there, and we come over to eBay. Its lowest, ouch, 21 before 30, and then we see Madolche at the $16 mark, only 18 different copies, and it quickly does go up over here on eBay. My opinion on this is it feels like a one-off card, and it's really interesting if Konami does continue to kind of pepper in support for decks that are popular like this. I actually really like the idea of just a, hey, we can sneak this in anytime, anywhere, and it seems really good for the game overall. People really are excited about this, and I think I'd like to see it for decks that I personally enjoy more, but I'm also pretty happy for all you Madolche fans out there. What do you guys think? Do you think the buyouts are deserved for this? I don't know that it's gonna really push it. I think people that really enjoyed Madolche's already had it, and it's kind of just a move to, all right, it's time to get back into this. Maybe it's a deck you enjoyed, sold along the way, and now we're getting back. I really don't know who's the target audience of who's getting this, besides maybe a couple vendors. Talking about the new sponsor down below, Sunny Go Gaming has some new shirt designs overall, and they are pretty awesome. They've added this black and pink element to their shirts, and we now have a 10% code off the channel. They've agreed to sponsor the channel. So if you come to shop over here on sunnygogaming.com, you can actually go to the charity awareness section, and this will only last through October. These pink and black designs will only last, and each shirt now has a variant. I was talking to him and saying things I'd like. I said I'd like to maybe see a different color scheme. He did it for all the shirts. He's a madman over here, and part of your order, anytime you're ordering one of these shirts, is going to be portioned over towards charity. We're kicking breast cancer's ass this time, so that's really awesome. He said he really loved what we did with Market Watch. He saw basically an influx of sales from you guys, and would he's gonna be sending me some stuff. I've got to lose weight to get into it though. I'm going with XLs, and I'm trying to size on down. So you'll catch me in some of these shirts when I lose a bit of the thickness. But definitely, I think the black and pink designs are really freaking cool. So maybe some extra shorts. Shirts, not shorts, sorry, I don't know that he has shorts to order, and I believe he's down the 2X's to only being $15? 17, ouch, big oof. But yeah, certain ones are 15. Oh, the black is 15, so yeah, it just depends on the color, I guess. Shop around, find different prices, and see what designs you might enjoy. Megalo is definitely my favorite overall out of the newer ones, but Got Trades is pretty close second. Also, one more self-plug here. House of Champs is now going to be on Patreon doing an exclusive Market Watch feed. Here and there, whenever I see a card and I'm really scratching my head on it, or I notice the quantities going out, stuff like that. I notice some movement, or I have a question on something, I'm going to end up posting it in here. So at the $2 mark, you'll get access to that. $5, you get the Loyalist role in Discord. $10, you can send in cards to be signed by Billy Break, myself, and Jackie. If you can't make it out to events, of course we'll do that for free in person. It's just kind of something for you guys who don't make it out there. At $20 or more, I want to give back to those that are giving. We're going to start giving OCG Ultimate Rares / cards and rarities that we don't have, like Parallel Rare, maybe Alter Art Goat stuff like that. Basically, everything will be a decent rarity, and something to give back to those. At the $50 mark, you'll get 3 of those, and at the $100, you'll get those 3, and on top of that, an OCG playmat that you want to have access to over here. So just kind of stepping up the Patreon reward tiers, and definitely trying to give back to you guys that are actually giving. And it's not like I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, we need to go buy this. No, that's not going to happen on there. It's more so I'll notice something maybe going out of quantity and say, hey, I think that's good, or this is a sleeper card. I'm not going to be like super pushing. So if you think you're going to make bank by going in here, that's not exactly it. It's just for those more tied to the market that enjoy it and maybe want an inside look before the next market watch. Speaking of, this might be similar to a deal that I'd put on there. I was looking around for OCG stuff to give as rewards, and I noticed the 20th anniversary complete sets over here are pretty dang cheap. This is 10 field centers for $25, including the Dark Magician Girl, Dark Magician, Neos, etc. I think this is a really good buy that will go up over time. I've seen this Dark Magician Girl herself sell for $15 in the auction center on Facebook for Yu-Gi-Oh! So definitely some cool things to pick up at a very reasonable price. I thought about buying these out, rather continue to pass the deals on to you guys, because I was like, I'll just get some for the Patreon rewards, leave the rest. And if you're looking for the OG set, as cheap as $34, something that I thought would be valued around $80 later on, right now, relatively cheap. You have Stardust Dragon, Cyber End for the Cyber Dragon players, Alter Art, Firewall, and the OGs. This is such a good pack. So definitely some deals for you guys to go and find that, you know, if you look around eBay versus Facebook, these are some deals that I thought are way cheaper than I would have thought available for anybody. Gold Sarcophagus continues to go up, and we now see it heading towards $3 for the common. It's something I actually went in on. I publicly said this is the first card I bought in years. It was too cheap not to when Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles was doing their sales, and I think I bought them at like 40 cents each. So now we see them at $3 freaking, and it was $1.50 when I bought it. So a double up there. It's pretty darn crazy. That's the Yu-Gi's World, the cheapest ones available. You'll see independent sellers come in and sell cheaper too. We'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, we see 278 from Cyber Slink. That's the versions that I ended up buying. Gold Sarcophagus. Basically, every single version is up. And over here on eBay, there's still some cheaper ones that'll list here and there, such as this $1.89 near mint and $2.50. So just if you're playing the Thunder Dragon deck, that's mainly why it's going up. You're able to activate Gold Sark and summon the fusion, as it were. So that's a pretty good combo, ain't it? Also, a card that we noticed was up during the live stream, actually, this week. Lan for Linkous, or for Incus, I don't really know how to say you, buddy, but our downward generic Link 2 has two sideways, so you're not extra linking with this bad boy, but you are opening up plays generically. I feel like it's weird because we have all the attribute links now. It's odd to kind of put this in place. I guess you can make it with tokens, and maybe certain decks will enjoy being able to just have the generic downward arrows, but I almost feel like there's a more snug fit for each deck, but it's $3, the most expensive thing out of that structure deck, completely bought out. We see actually 51 copies here, so people holding the line that could be making a real sale, but $5 and then $10 on eBay are the cheapest over here. So yeah, it's relatively been picked and bought off the market. My opinion on this, like I said, there's Underclock Taker, which does give you a direct downward arrow. There's just so many other options, and I feel like each deck should have a more snug fit. But if you're Galaxy Tomahawk is something this might be pretty good with, I suppose. So let me know what decks you're actually playing this in versus those specific kind of links. Like, is that generic power just really worth it? I could see it. I think there will be certain decks that need it, but overall, I think a lot of decks have a better fit. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, for some reason, is $40, and I can't wrap my head around it. The best thing I heard is, well, the new TGs make Sync 9s real easy. I really don't know the reasoning for this, and we see it at 32 here on eBay, and if we actually go to the sold items, look at that, back in September, selling for $5, ended recently. Two have apparently sold in the $30 range, and many selling in mid-range. I don't know why this crept up the way it did, and I don't really know what it's for. Is it really TG hype? Let me know in the comment section down below. I just know it's a pretty ridiculous buyout, and I don't really buy its effect. You need a non-tuner Dark Dragon type Synchro monster specifically, and then during either player's turn, you can target a face-up card your opponent controls and negate the effects until the end of the turn. So yeah, monster negate can be pretty decent. It's targeting, though. When this card... Oh, Nightmare Goblin's gone. My bad. That could be the reason. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you target a tuner monster in your graveyard and special summon it in defense. So a battle-based effect that doesn't progress the turn until main phase 2. I just don't necessarily see it, but maybe you're putting this out in a certain board and leaving it as a negate. Let me know what deck is churning this on out. Infinite Impermanence. This is the big oof. $90 once again, it's looking like. I've never seen the winter season heat up so much. Yes, we have all these regionals to go to, but we're headed towards that natural break later on in winter where, again, we're not going to be playing for a few weeks with the Christmas season. And are people really just out here going for the invite that hard? Yeah, the regionals, they're growing in attendance. It makes a little bit of sense. But man, is this just staying on up there. After the 200th, I thought these would be selling like hotcakes, and we'd see it head back down towards 70. Nope, just continuing to truck back on up towards its highest price ever. What do you guys think of this? Are you guys more excited for Yu-Gi-Oh! Than ever with Soul Fusion coming out? Do you think the player base is really just showing out and coming out, and it's really... That Ghost Spell, highly underestimated, also very, very good, $50. And then we have Nightmare Unicorn. Oh, something I actually forgot to completely mention is Dimensional, or Dimension Barrier. Is it Dimensional Barrier? Dimensional Barrier. Yeah, there we go. Just thinking about the Thunder Dragon deck, maybe it's something you want to have as a side deck option for when you know you want to go first. Call in Fusions. Seems pretty darn nice. And the final card, just noticing people made jokes about it, but it actually is down. This is one of the cheapest prices we've seen beat the Bladesman for hire at. So if you've been looking for that ooh-woo furry deck, well, it's at one of its cheapest points ever now. And maybe it's time to slowly trade on for it while the prices are down. 73 freaking beats, and you're still at $12, huh? Ooh. But thanks for watching today's Market Watch. What did you guys think of everything going on? I think the Madolche things are a little ridiculous. Some of these things have me scratching my head a little bit. I mean, a generic downward to Link. It's not the most absurd thing to be $3. Like I said, I just feel like in most of my decks, there's a better fit role. Thunder Dragon Hype coming on out, a special deal for you guys. I'm trying to, mess around with Market Watch and bring you guys a more varied plate of content. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation, and again, if you can't get enough Market Watch, maybe join over here on Patreon. Gonna be exclusive posts for you guys over there. Thanks for watching, everybody.